Each season leaves its own mark on the homestead. Some years the garden overflows, and some years it teaches more than it gives, and this season was no different. My carrots and potatoes were small harvests, but still delicious, and we'll eat every bite. And the tomato crop was lighter than usual, but between the garden, the grow bags, and the greenhouse, I just had to be patient and process small harvests spaced throughout the season. The pepper harvest, on the other hand, was phenomenal, and I got to make so many things. But every jar on these shelves is a way of holding on to the work, the care, and the small moments that make the season what it is. This year I preserved the harvest in every way I could: canning, drying, fermenting, and curing, turning what grew here into food we can rely on all winter. And none of it has to be perfect. You just start with what you have and you put something by. And you don't have to grow it yourself. You can learn to preserve using locally grown produce from farm markets or seasonal sales. Practice your skills and enjoy better food all year, knowing exactly what went into every jar. So today I'm taking you through everything I preserved this year, from the first tomatoes to the last peppers, and the quiet work that fills the pantry, one jar at a time. I started this season the same way I end most years, with canning. It's the backbone of my pantry, and honestly, it's my therapy. I always make my tried and true favorites like tomato sauce, but I'm constantly experimenting too. I prefer small batches of many different things rather than huge batches of just one. And through the summer, I water bath canned everything from a colorful golden habanero salsa to roasted crushed tomatoes, jams, even smoked pizza sauce and barbecue sauce. This year I found a smoker tube, which made adding that rich smoky flavor incredibly easy. I finished the season with my annual fire-roasted salsa verde, salsa rojo, and roasted red pepper spread. These jars will become staples in nearly every meal. Water bath canning is for high-acid foods, like tomatoes with added acidity, fruits, vinegar-based recipes, and most sauces. This year I pressure canned a big batch of vegetable soup, using everything that was ready at once and turning it into a complete meal in a jar. Later I compare it with roast beef or chicken, beans and whole grains, or enjoy as is. It'll be comforting to have during the winter. I'm planning to pressure can a variety of stocks soon too. Pressure canning lets you safely preserve low-acid foods, like soups, broths, meat, and even plain vegetables. If you're new to it, it's best to start with a tested recipe. Over time, you'll learn what you can safely tweak and ways to make each jar your own. When the dehydrator and the sun cooperated, I dried herbs, peppers, tomatoes, celery, kale, and leeks, anything that it didn't make sense to can. Drying concentrates the flavor, and a little goes a long way all winter. Drying is the most effective way to preserve herbs, spices, and even smoky tomato and pepper skins and seeds from canning. Sometimes I grind them into a seasoning powder. Other times I keep them whole or blend them into herbal salt mixes. Stored airtight and out of light, they'll last for a year or even more. And they're perfect for soups, stews, seasoning meats, and vegetables. I use them in everything. Now, some harvests don't need jars or machines. They just need time. Garlic, onions, potatoes, sweet potatoes, and squash all cure in their own way, and then are stored cool and dry for the months ahead. Curing lets moisture settle and the skins toughen so these crops store naturally. Each one has its own timing, but the principle is the same. And then there are the harvests that don't store well at all, and so I ferment them. Fermentation is where everything comes alive, just salt, thyme, and the microbes that naturally live on fresh fruits and vegetables. It's an old method of preservation that simply gives the good bacteria a head start so the environment becomes safe. I made small batch jars of garlic ginger chili paste, fire cider pickles, Mediterranean salad, jalapenos and garlic, garlicky dill pickles, relish, mixed hot peppers, tomatoes with basil, salsa, olives, and even apple scrap vinegar. My little fermentation fridge is full. Ferments stay crisp, bright, and naturally probiotic. Most of these jars live in the fridge and get better as the weeks go on. These homegrown ferments are packed with a probiotic punch, and I try to include a bite or two every day. Now, I have videos on most of these if you want to check them out, and I'll link the playlist. Across the seasons, all of these projects become everyday meals. Soups, sauces, quick lunches. seasoning blends and winter staples I can reach for when life gets busy. Preserving the harvest isn't about perfection. It's about making the most of what you grew, what you bought, or what you didn't want to waste. Just a little at a time, and it all adds up. If you want to learn more about any of these projects, I have full videos for most things on my channel. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to answer your questions and help you get started on your preserving path today.